Hi Capricorn, it's good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Chandler Christine. This is your general June 2018 reading. There's a lot going on, and I feel like a lot of the energy that you're going to be feeling is going to be focused around love and relationships, but with a central focus on yourself and how you are within those relationships. If you've been dealing maybe with a past lover, cord cutting, reconnecting, reestablishing boundaries, if you have an impeding decision to make, I feel like this is going to bring you a lot of clarity. Hopefully, this will be good for you if you have a sun, moon, or rising in the sign of Capricorn. And, I know a few of us have a Saturn return going on right now in Capricorn as well. So those of you who have Saturn and Capricorn are definitely going to be feeling these energies. The angels have been really excited, okay? They've been popping out even before I started the camera. They really want to help you this month. First, we have let your past go and what do you desire? With what you desire, what do you desire coming up first? So, what do you desire, Capricorn? I feel like a lot of you have been putting your own needs and desires on the back burner. And this has been a really common theme with a few signs so far. And just in general, I feel like the love aspect of energy is really heightened. It's springtime. We're going into summer. There's new things blossoming, coming to fruition. And it really entails a keen perspective because there's so much momentum behind this that if we aren't sure of what we want, there's certainly needing clarity overall. Now, what do you desire also pertains to being able or having the ability to create a wonderful garden, a wonderful new beginning, sprouting seeds that you thought you may not have had another chance at experiencing in life. There might also be a trine, right? And I see a couple indications that some of you might be having to choose between two partners or two directions. And with this card, what do you desire? This is really indicating that there is a highest path. There is a higher path. There is a better person. There is better opportunities awaiting you. But then maybe you have to release some resistance, okay, which is clarified by let your past go. If those of you who have been seeking clarity in relationships, there's so much knowledge and wisdom in the past, but there is no longer opportunity in the past. The past does not hold opportunity. The past holds wisdom. The past holds insight. And a few of you, if not very many of you, are going to be looking towards your past, letting certain things go, reestablishing how you feel, reestablishing your belief systems so that they better suit your now, your present. What do you desire? Now you have the opportunity to write the script according to your heart's true desires. Once you clearly decide upon your true desires and know that you're ready and deserving of them, they'll rush into your life as if by magic. So there also is a very strong indication of you needing to feel deserving again. Those of you who have been going through a Saturn return or maybe have had a tough time in the previous years, this is going to feel significantly different for you because you're really learning to evaluate yourself. And I think that's maybe what this Uranus and Taurus is going to be doing for all of us. It's going to be reestablishing our ideals, our beliefs of self, and how we connect with ourselves as well. It's going to go to a much deeper level than before. So let your past go. The burden of carting your past around has made you weary. Dear one, it's time to set this burden down. Keep only the lessons and the love, and leave everything else behind. You don't want it or need it, and now it is gone. So your past, I'm not sure if you even really need to let it go because this month it's just vanishing. It's literally just going to disappear. And you're going to be forced to look at what you're left with, what you have created, and what you desire to design, right? It's this empowerment, but with a very reflective quality and emotional quality as well. Let's see what our Spirit Oracle has to say Okay, so intention wants to really make a statement here with silver vibrations. This is really interesting because these two cards are almost mirror reflections, okay? What you identify with, your own intentions, feelings, what you resonate with, and also what it creates, right? This intention card speaks of something making sense to you, something just really resonating with you and becoming clearer than ever. If you guys are waning or maybe deliberating or sitting on a decision, the best thing for you right now is to keep a keen eye on how you feel or how you want to feel, what your actual intentions are. Because a lot of the time we'll say, I just want to be happy. I just want to lose weight. I just want to be more successful. I just want to feel better. But those really aren't our intentions, right? So it's even deeper when we say, I want this because of something. Your reasons why are what you're going to be really reflecting on. Not so much the expectations or outcomes, because that's a step ahead of where you're at. What you're letting go of needs reevaluation, and instead of just beginning and running toward this other-ended or new goal or outcome, you're more associating yourself with the process, the journey, what it means to you, how that speaks to you, what it reflects of you. If you haven't been experiencing very pleasant experiences recently, maybe take a look at your intentions and why that chaos may be going on around you. If you haven't been setting the right intentions, then ultimately I believe you have been allowing some of this chaos to go on for a little too long. Right intentions are really going to pave the way for you in order to just kind of flow through these motions this month. Silver vibrations also speaks to chaos, uncertainty, having a mental fog, unclarity, unsurety, and really needing to become more grounded, needing to become more realistic. And, you know, if this is a very spiritual reading, I feel as though it is very energetically inclined, emotionally inclined, so therefore it wouldn't be too far off to say it is a spiritual awakening of sorts. And with spiritual awakenings, it oftentimes is uncomfortable at first. It oftentimes pushes our buttons. It oftentimes puts us in the midst of a storm, so that when we are done and through with the storm, we've paved our own way, we have sought out the answers, we've received the guidance, and we've come out golden, right? And that's what we want for you. Do not lose sight of your original intention. Check inside your heart to see if the path you're traveling fits in with your original hopes and aspirations. If not, take action and steer your life back on course. So this is signifying that there are certain qualities about this reading that state a lot of you are going to be looking toward a certain decision. Like you have to let something go, right? Because it's just time. Silver vibrations. Your vibration is being raised to a higher level. You may be feeling that you are in this world, but somehow not of this world. This is the magic of creation at work in your life. As silver starlight enters your aura, your energy field is strengthened, giving you a clearer connection to spirit and revealing the greater purpose of your life. So that obviously has an enormous resonance with intention, why you do certain things, your reason behind making these decisions, making these actions, seeking these outcomes. Why are you doing this, Capricorn? And I think we'll definitely get more into that. I think that your other cards definitely speak of needing a change, right? Just needing something different and maybe wanting to experience a deeper connection or more emotions, right? More variety in your life, because a lot of you have been trying to control certain outcomes, and that's just a very Capricorn thing. But needless to say, Capricorn, independence makes you a natural leader. If you are not independent, okay, or therefore if you are being codependent with a partner, or just relying too much on circumstances to make you happy, you're never going to be a leader. You are always going to be a follower. And I think one of the major life lessons for a Capricorn is to learn to lead, is to learn to trust their instincts, trust their footing, and not let fear get them down. Because as soon as you reach those high heights, you have to look down. You have to look at where you've been. You have to look where you've came from. And instead of that evoking fear, when you're a leader, that empowers you, right? That can be a very significant moment of reflection for a Capricorn. And I see a lot of you, right, reaching that significant time. But I do see it being a little bit emotional. I do see it being very reflective as well. So let's see what happens here. The emotions and Six of Cup cards come up. So emotions, again, there's this balance and clarity happening within you, Capricorn. This is a very Capricorn card, right? It speaks of tenacity, emotional tenacity, and balance. Seeing this higher perspective, heightened perspective. With the sun behind her, everything is illuminated, everything is very clear. And at first, you kind of take a glance, you might not see this figure, but it's another person. And it's not actually a different person, it is her in a different state of being. She's wielding this sword, means that she's got great clarity and power behind her manifestations at this time. These two dragons are also assisting them in order to see above the chaos or above the circumstances in order to really refine that which she feels. This is taking part within an intellectual energy. So as you kind of recalibrate and rebalance, there is this reflective and time of reckoning. Six of Cups comes up because you may be involved with another partner, right? A significant other. You may have two children. This speaks highly of partnerships. However, they are children, so it gives this certain playfulness to what is happening within this card. It's an exchange of energy. Someone is gifting another person with a lotus in a cup filled with water. And it's this gift, right, of forgiveness, enlightenment, generosity, kindness that otherwise wouldn't be expected. So there's something having being said about a person in your life maybe gifting you something, whether it's knowledge or insight. I would say more insight because it is in the eye of the beholder, right? It's you're digesting this information on an intellectual level, but it is very emotional as well. And it's the emotional application that is the focus, the digestion of this information in order to make better decisions or in order to just feel more fulfilled as you move forward. There can absolutely be a fire sign involved, okay? But I think ultimately this is about you, okay? This is about gifting or receiving, rather, some information or some insights that just make you feel more in alignment, which is going to pave the way. It's going to set the stage for the things to come in June. The Six of Water and the Queen of Fire come up, okay? Because you are really reevaluating how you've spent your energy. And maybe even the Six of Cups promotes this kindness from you, this compassion from you, because you have this balance, you have this perspective that you can further move forward with now in your relationships that is no longer about strife, getting even, doing things out of spite, aggressiveness. And the reason that I bring up those aspects is because the Queen of Fire in reverse resembles all of those aspects. She can be harsh. She can be codependent, needy, very, very aggressive, and overly protective, right? It's almost like this overstimulated feeling that she's constantly either worried or just concerned, aggressive, judgmental. She can be all kinds of negative things when she's out of balance. When she's in balance, she shows acts of kindness and compassion. She listens. She takes into consideration others' opinions while maintaining this very respectable approach to life and her community. So maybe that's just the aspect that has been missing from your emotional output that you really need to hone in on this month. It will be serving you greatly down the road. the Love card comes up right in the middle of the month, okay? And what notes I took on this was dance despite the drama, okay? Because there are some indicators that there may be some conflict in order to really hone in and find this feeling of love. Letting your past go is a very significant part of this reading, and a lot of you are looking for love, but you need to be able to look for it in the right places, right? Because it's out there and that's a potential for you. But these are some things to be mindful for. We have the Star and the Hermit, both major arcana, as well as this. This is a major arcana, or a reason for being, in the Gaia Tarot deck. So, dance despite the drama. Find the joy in the sorrow. Find, or even be maybe blissfully happy amongst some of the things that are literally leaving your life. It's got to be playful. It's got to be harmonious. It's got to be considerate of everyone involved. That is where love is. Love is at the center. Love is at the heart. And love will always lead you in the right direction. Regardless of whether the Star in reverse symbolizes a broken compass, someone who has lost their way, they have listened to the chaos, they have listened to the drama, they have been a part of some of the shenanigans. This is powerful clarity. But it prompts you to stop making comparisons, because the Star is your true north. The Star is what is true to you. It is how you resonate within yourself, what speaks to you as an individual. And it very much speaks of this very strong individuality, wanting to peek through, wanting to come through for you. But that you may have been sunken or so overwhelmed with others' opinions or the dramas of life and partnerships that it seems as though you've just kind of lost that individuality just a tad. You've lost that true north of yours, what speaks to you most. And along with the Hermit, okay, the Hermit symbolizes upright, that you should be looking within and that you're seeking answers, that you're inquisitive, that you're inquiring about, these very deeply rooted things in life, in your love and relationships, that could absolutely be having an effect on your capacity for love. Okay, and so it's really interesting how these cards are speaking, because it's putting it into a perspective that a Capricorn can digest, that isn't so emotionally wishy-washy. It's very structured and it's very realistic. Your compass just needs to be altered, right? Your compass just needs to be tweaked a little bit so that you can have a firmer understanding and capacity for pure love and joy. Loving yourself also has so much to do with your reading. Coming into alignment with yourself, and not so much being afraid of the future and trying to control the future, or trying to control your partnerships or relationships, how you interact with people. It's almost like you just get this awakening of, I need more love in my life, and it's as simple as that. As simple as it can get, then you're going to be decluttering this Star card. There's a lot of clutter, there's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of confusion associated with the Star card in reverse. So what I'm saying is, as long as you can simplify things, you should be golden. The Hermit in reverse, it does hold a lot of clarity for you. I feel as though some of you may take the easy road and try to put this on the back burner or save it for a later time. But no, the time is now, okay? So just don't hesitate. One of the things I've been really big on lately is not hesitating for even a second. After that 5-second mark, and some of you may know the book that I'm talking about, the 5-second rule, you begin to overanalyze things and it becomes complicated. So my advice associated with this Love card, the Star, and the Hermit, because it seems to be such an important time in your month, is to not overcomplicate, to simplify. As simple as you can get, as open as you can be, and honest as possible is the way to go. Speaking of the way to go, with the 3 of Fire, it speaks of travel, it speaks of adventure, openness, new exciting times, a lot of momentum, creativity, passion. But in reverse, it symbolizes stagnation, right? Overthinking, not being able to really cut through the clutter, We have this Ace of Swords and the Two of Coins to clarify. If those of you who are making a decision have two options, you might feel a little overwhelmed this month. You might feel as though you don't know which way. And as close as you're coming to that feeling of knowing, it's not quite developed yet. It's not quite deep enough yet for you to move forward, although you may feel like you want to, although you may feel this hasty energy to move forward. There's something having being said about you needing to stop overanalyzing and really let things play out naturally. The Ace of Swords speaks of a new beginning. Okay, it does actually speak of a new beginning, and although there is this hasty mentality going on within these cards, the best advice is to not feel stagnant, but be mindful of the process. And as you go and as you can, allow yourself to gain the clarity and weigh out your options, right? Weigh them out and try to just cut as much of the chaos or confusion out as possible. This is going to be hard to do, but ultimately, you know that this is a process that needs to happen, okay? It could be a little uncomfortable, wanting to move forward and having all this energy behind you and then really still needing to make a decision. That's always going to put us in conflict. The Two of Coins speaks of real life decisions, this decision impacting you in real life, and you trying to balance these two options or these two paths and them slowly going underwater and you sinking with them. So there's an absolute need for clarity. There's an absolute need for a decision to be made, and no longer prolonging this intellectual and emotional battle between do I do it or do I not, or is it him or is it her, or is it her or is it him? It's like that. It's needing to be simplified. So it's a good time to do it. Again, the energies will be way high for you. There will be an urgency associated with this card or these cards, but ultimately you're not being pushed in any direction. It's totally up to you, and I feel like as much as you can just be centered within yourself and know that these things are going to be playing out on their own, that the universe is giving you opportunities, and just to see what resonates with you is going to be your best friend. You don't have to make a decision, right? You don't have to move forward. These things are going to be playing out for some time, but it's going to be ultimately trying to rebalance, trying to recalibrate your relationships, your endeavor, or your investments, right, in people that may have felt one-sided for a while. They may have felt like imbalanced in some way, or the dark was overpowering the light, or the negativity was overpowering the positivity, and so on and so forth. Someone may also have been taking away your power. But ultimately, I think you realize this month that this power that you've given someone else is not actually theirs, that you've allowed them to do this to you, or you've allowed this situation to happen for too long, and it is taking your power, and you ultimately have the authority or the power to take it back, if you so decide. The 10 of Earth comes out with the 6 of Earth, so this is really interesting. This may be speaking to Capricorn, Taurus, or what is the other Earth sign? Virgo. Sorry, I get talking and I just, blank out for a moment, but very earthy, right? I mean, you can see this is a very earthy couple. This is a very grounded, necessary partnership. It feels as though these two are very karmically associated with this cycle, because 10, it involves closings, closures, endings, but also kind of a 0 point energy where there is an opportunity, right? An opportunity to see things differently, to learn from the experience, to absorb and digest the experience, just like we've been talking about. The 6 of Earth comes up in reverse to further clarify the 10. So as we look at these two, we can see their demeanors. They are almost totally different as it pertains to feminine or masculine energies. If those of you who have been involved with a Virgo or Taurus female, I'm picking that up really strongly. she embodies this authentication. She embodies this certain authenticity and individuality that is really balanced. It's really honest. It's really upfront. It's kind of captivating as well. As you can see, she's just completely content with her situation, with herself. And if this isn't speaking to a Taurus or Virgo, this is absolutely you as a Capricorn, male or female. She's actually carrying a phallic symbol as well as a very feminine symbol. So what I'm saying is she carries these energies, but the purpose of this card is to signify balance. Regardless of whether you're a male or female, this is going to be taking you into a new relationship, a new chapter in your life, a new sense of being. This can also symbolize Uranus transiting into Taurus, which is giving us this really strong perspective on who we are as individuals, who we are within ourselves, therefore who we are in our relationships. That's why a lot of these readings this month are coming up as relationships, as love readings, because we're transiting with Uranus into Taurus, into this very grounded, earthy, tangible, realistic, honest, and just expressive way of being us, a way of being ourselves as individuals. So there might be some dynamic shifts within your relationship this month. If you know a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, or maybe you are in a relationship with them, they are going to be feeling very captivating. They're going to be feeling very strong. They're going to be going through a lot of emotions as well, a lot of momentum, making changes, feeling really purposeful. Purposeful is a good word because they are finding out who they are again, and that can only lead to positive things. But if you are involved with, or if you are in a relationship with a Capricorn, or obviously a Capricorn yourself, then your dynamic in your relationship will be changing. As that's what this Six of Earth is signifying. This person that you're involved with has either been codependent, needy, detached, insensitive, immoral, not doing things for the right reasons, and ultimately just very immature, right? Needing your energy, needing to pull on your heartstrings for attention or for security. And this can also be aligned with certain habits, right? That we all acquire when we're not in alignment with ourselves, when we're not feeling strong within ourselves. It can absolutely be just a reflection of this masculine and feminine energy that we need to better align so that we can feel emotionally charged, so we can feel emotionally aligned and balanced. We have this very clear perspective and an opportunity for true love, an opportunity for something long-lasting, something very deeply emotional and powerful. But again, we need to get to this contentment within ourselves. No person is going to provide this for you. So it's this realization that is giving you a lot of momentum to move forward in different ways. So the dynamics of relationships are going to be shifting. Your actual environment is going to be shifting. You may actually be moving. You may want to take an adventure, or go for a trip to just get away from the chaos, get away from the confusion, get some quiet. That would do you good. So then, to further clarify the 10 and the 6 of Earth, we have the King of Cups and the 10 of Swords. So, wow, what an endings and closures toward your new beginnings. These are both in reverse, symbolizing that you are in fact letting things go. You are in fact getting rid of this very wishy-washy, unstable, insecure, immature, inconsistent, or even just emotionally imbalanced a way of being in your relationships. It's requiring you to be much more sturdy. It's requiring you to set up healthy boundaries, create the space that you need. This person is overwhelmed. They have no space to themselves. They don't even know who they are. They're influenced by every direction, and they can't withhold the waves that come their way. This is the epitome of a weak-minded person. The emotions card, okay, calling us back to it. What does the person in the bottom in the dark look like? Do they look like they're upholding their standards? Do they look like they are, receiving the insights, okay, to their lessons? No, they look like they're hiding away. They look like they're being weak, meek, and not wanting to face the reality of things. You're not doing that anymore, Capricorn. If you have been in a habit of doing that, or if you feel as though that resonates with you, great, because it's this significant reflection. It's this significant awareness that's happening to you that may be slightly uncomfortable, right? We're having to really admit things with these cards. They are very prestigious cards in the tarot deck, so it's an important moment for you. Ten of Swords, again, this closing, this ending, this closure, finalities. It's in reverse, which means that this ending, right, this impeding decision has been coming for a long time yet. And it's not till now that you realize all you needed to do was surrender. All you needed to do was allow those negative parts, or allow the darkness or the bad to catch up with you. Because I feel as though you guys have been running, you guys have been fearful, you guys have been trying to control, and it's exhausted you in every single way until you finally realize that you're tired of running, you're tired of being tired, and all it entails is a little bit of surrender, and ultimately this understanding, I think, will set you free. But you have to do it in the right ways. You absolutely have to do this in the right way, because your intention is everything. Your intention is the only thing that will guide you through these times of confusion. There's the only guiding light that you have through the confusion. So the reason that I say the only guiding light is because your angels are not within you. Your guides are not within you, so to speak. They are in a way, okay? So don't get me wrong. But again, intention has everything to do with personal direction, has everything to do with free will. And as much as you want to call on your angels for guidance, it might be more instinctual than that, right? Because Capricorn, you're amazing with your instincts when you trust yourself, but there's something having been said about not trusting yourself recently. And that's where you've kind of hidden, you've ran, you've tried to deny, and it's only gotten you stuck. It's only repeated itself time and time again. So there's a flow that's happening. There's a flow with certain boundaries. There's a flow with certain insights. There's a flow with clarity, okay? That's happening for you this month, and it's really exciting. I hope that this helps. I hope that this gives you guys some clarity. I love you, Capricorns. Let me know if you'd like a personal reading. I'll link my website in the description box below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in July. Bye.